Early this morning, police in riot gear confronted protesters on the campus of UCLA. This is after officials issued an order for them to disperse Wednesday night.
Over the past couple of weeks, we have been seeing protests like this against the war in Gaza on college campuses around the country, including right here in Austin. Many of these protests have resulted in arrests, bringing up a conversation about the rights that students have to protest on their campus and what laws like the First Amendment protect.
And we wanted to get some insight. So joining us now is attorney Logan Cambell. He's with Gergen, Hale, and Campbell. Thank you so much for being here with us
Thank you very
this
much
morning
for
to
having
really break this down and give us insight on this. So we've seen a lot of the protesters arrested around the country, some of them often citing the First Amendment. So how and when, if at all, does that law protect the protesters?
Right. Well, it's important to know that every individual here in the U.S., they have the First Amendment right to free speech. But that First Amendment right, it's not absolute. It does have its limitations. What the First Amendment does is it protects your right to free speech against government censorship. So here in Austin with the University of Texas, that is a public university. They are 100% bound by the First Amendment. But as I said earlier, the First Amendment does have its limitations. The UT, as well as other public universities, they can implement what is called time, place, and manner restrictions. But kind of the cardinal rule, though, for not just UT, but other public universities, when they do implement these restrictions, is that it has to be neutral, the content neutral. You cannot discriminate based on viewpoint. You can't allow one student protest group to give their side, but not allow the counter side.
And I wanted to ask you about that notion that you just mentioned of time, place, and manner. That's a crucial aspect of free speech. Can you go into a little more detail about that?
Absolutely. Well, it's crucial to understanding how there are limitations to the First Amendment. As I mentioned earlier, UT, I'll use them as an example here, they can implement time, place, and manner restrictions for how the protests can be essentially broadcasted on their campus. But to look at those restrictions, you really have to look at it twofold. First of all, they have to be reasonable, and second of all, they have to be content neutral. And for example, you can think of a time and place restriction. UT can say, we are restricting, you cannot have a protest past 10 o'clock at this location because it's disrupting students that are trying to sleep at the dorm room right next door. Or other time, place, and manner restrictions, you think in terms of a classroom. You can't necessarily have someone going into a classroom yelling, causing a disruption, and then say, sorry, professor, but this is a public university, I have the right to free speech. No, again, saying the First Amendment, it does have its limitations, and public universities can implement time, place, and manner restrictions.
And that's akin to like yelling fire in a crowded movie theater. You're not allowed to do that. Right?
Exactly. Not all speech is protected.
Right.
And let's talk about the encampments, because we've seen that around these protests around the country. So are encampments covered by the First Amendment?
Well, give you my very generic law school answer,
okay.
which it depends.
Okay.
It depends. Going back to the time, manner, and place restrictions, if you look at the encampments in terms of that context, maybe look at where are these encampments taking place? Are they on a crosswalk? Are they disrupting the flow of traffic, potentially causing a hazard? Are they preventing students from trying to go in and out of the classroom? You can also look at another scenario where you have a student group that applies for and receives a permit to protest at a specific area. If you have another group that is encamped in that area, preventing that other group from protesting, they are in turn preventing that other student group from exercising their First Amendment rights. So that's just another example of how encampments aren't always necessarily protected by the First Amendment.
Okay. We've seen arrests in Dallas as well as right here at the UT campus. Some of those charges have been dropped, others have not been dropped. What is the process like now for these protesters who've been arrested?
Right, well, you really have to take these protest arrests on a case-by-case basis, meaning you can't just do a blanket arrest a group of individuals, you're at the same time and place, we're arresting this group. You need to have what is called individualized probable cause. So each individual needs to have specific probable cause that they committed a crime. After that takes place, you then go through the magistration process where you go in front of a judge. A judge will inform you what you're being charged with, what are your rights, and based on that information of the probable cause affidavit, The judge would then determine what they believe is an appropriate bond amount. Now here in Austin, it's my understanding, I believe the majority, if not all of the protest arrests, they're being released on what's called a personal recognizance bond, or PR bond. It's essentially a fancy term for a free bond. You're getting out on your own personal recognizance. Before that, though, during the magistration process, a judge would need to review the probable cause affidavit that is submitted by the arresting officer. And at that point, if a judge determines that there wasn't probable cause for the arrest, then that individual needs to be released and the case will essentially be rejected.
Also worth noting that that process that you just brought us through kind of got clogged there for a while because we had so many arrests in town that people were spending time in jail that maybe they wouldn't have if there hadn't been so many arrests related to these protests.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. I was there just yesterday for another jail release, and you could see it wasn't, you have your normal arrests, I guess normal flow of traffic. But then when you have tens of hundreds of other protest arrests, they have to be treated fairly in the same way and go through the same process that any other individual would be arrested and receive fair treatment.
Okay, Logan Campbell, thank you for breaking it all down for us this morning.
Of course, thank you again very much for having me.
Well, coming up, pedestrians